Now, Family Guy.
If you're around my age, there was probably a point in your life where Family Guy was the greatest show to ever air. Me and my friends at the time, we kind of saw Family Guy as the next step up from stuff like SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents. It was really the beginning of our more matured sense of humor. And I would arguably say it was quite influential, especially for impressionable kids like me or my friends. I feel like the show really shaped my sense of humor.
You chop your balls off and die. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's the stuff I find funny. I don't get it either. And Family Guy wasn't just revolutionary for me in terms of it being an adult cartoon, because I was already kind of exposed to those. I used to watch a lot of Simpsons and Futurama as a kid, and I was kind of adjusted to their more out there sense of humor. Stuff that would make me laugh, but I wouldn't usually understand the whole picture.
It's off. Throw this phone away, Lois.
But of course I was a dumb kid, so if anything had a fart or poop joke in it, I would automatically laugh. That's just kind of how kids are. 'Cause kids are stupid. And actually, I want to sidetrack a little bit. You see, nowadays, it's kind of rare to find somebody that's legitimately still a fan of Family Guy. Of course, it does have its fans, and I don't judge you if you still like it. That's every man for himself, but you can tell that the quality has kind of gone down over the years. Especially watching the newer episodes, it's exhausting. But there's kind of a split in that there's fans of the actual show and there's meme fans of Family Guy. Now, Family Guy as an actual meme isn't too new of a concept. I mean, they've been around since, well, I guess the beginning of the show. But there's also the weird side, the more abstract side. Stuff that basically turns the idea of Family Guy into the punchline itself. Stuff like this, and let's not forget this, all kind of contribute to a surprisingly popular culture that keeps the show relevant, at least in my eyes. See, I'm a huge fan of these kind of weird, abstract Family Guy memes. There's just something about them that never gets old, because you never really know where they'll go. And that kind of gives me the same feeling that I had as a kid watching Family Guy. I never knew what it was going to make fun of next. I never knew the next cultural reference it would make. It was always surprising to me, and it would always make me laugh. So that's kind of the joy that these memes give me. But there's just something a little weird about them.
This Disney DVD is enhanced with Disney's Fast Play.
Now, in addition to the meme fans, there are still legitimate fans of Family Guy, and I just classify them as fans of the show. They're not really into this whole abstract meme culture that I'm a part of, and that's totally okay. But while I can't really speak for a majority of the Family Guy audience, I do notice that there's a lot of sort of impatience with these fans, and I really want to bring up the point of YouTube and its Family Guy funny moments. If you search up Family Guy funny moments on YouTube, there will be hundreds of results that are literally just the cutaway gags from Family Guy, or just clip shows of Peter torturing Meg, or Stewie and Brian being assholes. That's just what they are. There's no actual substance to them. And if you're into that, that's fine, but I feel like you're kind of missing out on a lot of the point of Family Guy if you're just watching the funny moments. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that if you enjoy something that I don't think is enjoyable, then you're wrong and I'm right. Because my taste in what's funny is just impeccable, clearly. Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, the Family Guy game. Yeah, they came out with a game on the PS3, and yeah. Well, it's a game, and it's got a case, and inside that case is a disc, and it's also got Peter's Man Boob Sweat Pack. Nice. And then you start the game, and you see the, there's the reasons why 2D isn't really translated into 3D that well. See, in something like the South Park game, that's a literal translation from the cartoon into a video game, so it works. Or in the Simpsons game, they add cell shading to the characters to make it more cartoony. That looks good as well. This just feels like they added a new dimension to the cartoon designs, and so yeah, something that jumped out to me personally right away was just how god-awful the audio was.
Yeah. Oh no way I can make that either. I'm canceling too, man. Wow, good memory though. I totally blanked on that.
Now, I'm not saying I'm some kind of audio snob. I'm really not. I mean, have you listened to the mixing in my videos? It's pretty god-awful, but anyway. Now, when you actually start playing the game, this is where the real judgment comes in, and I gotta be honest, it's really not that bad. I was really expecting something god-awful. I mean, it's a movie tie-in game from 2012. I kind of have terrible experiences with those. But yeah, the control is fine. I mean, Stewie and Brian are both pretty responsive. I feel like Stewie is a little faster, which makes getting through levels a little bit easier, so that's fine. What I really have a problem with is the actual shooting. Well, again, it's fine. It's okay. It's passable. I've played definitely worse. There's just no impact to any of it. Every bullet that you shoot feels the same. And enemies just take so much damage. It is horrible. Whenever you get killed by an enemy, you just respawn right then and there. So easy. Maybe that's just because I'm a pro gamer. Pro gamer. Someone who thinks they are good at games, but turns out they are most likely 10-year-old boys who play Minecraft and makes YouTube videos. Well, shit. And yeah, it was just not challenging at all. I blew through this game literally within a day. No exaggeration, I'm pretty sure you could complete it in under 3 hours. The reason why I took a little bit longer than that is because I wanted to find all the collectibles, which are, they're fine. I do like how they did different collectibles for every level. I thought that was kind of creative. It wasn't just, something like frickin' pegs everywhere. It's a very straightforward game, and it's not insulting. Well, let's talk about some of the humor. Now, I know Family Guy is world famous for offending everybody and anybody that it can, but some of the humor in this game is just not that funny. And it's not like it's not funny in an offensive way. It's just that there's no real punchline to a lot of the things that unfold. Probably the best example that I could give you is level 3. In this level, it's an alternate dimension where Joe, the wheelchair guy, runs the universe. Which, is funny, because now it's a world run by disabled people. But there's no actual joke outside of that. You're just walking around and killing disabled people. Which, it would be fine if there was some kind of underlying humor, but it's like, oh, they're all disabled, so they all gotta come in short buses, and you gotta collect the parking handicap signs. See, there's a recurring gag in the South Park game, The Fractured Butthole, where the character Jimmy has a superhero alter ego called Fast Pass, and you use him as your kind of fast travel throughout the game. It's a recurring thing, and it's always just a little funny, because it's a disabled kid with crutches being your fast travel guy. That's the joke. Is it a little offensive? I guess so. But there's an actual point to the joke. And that kind of brings us to our main issue overall with this game. When a consumer is about to buy a Family Guy game for his PS3 or his Xbox 360 or his PC or his Wii U or his fucking, ColecoVision, why are they buying it? Usually because they're a fan of the show or they want to laugh.
Get the fuck out of my room and play
Family Guy.
The game is not funny. Because the show has such an over-reliance on these cutaway gags that I mentioned earlier, there's no real chance that they'll be translated into something like a video game that well. And if a show's key resource of humor can't be translated into a video game, then the video game is not going to be funny. And even though the game does try to be funny, it's just not. The writing is super weak. And this brings us into one of my final points about the game, is the actual writing of the game. This game was written by the same guys that wrote Family Guy Season 10. Now, luckily, season 10 of Family Guy is on Netflix, so I managed to actually watch it in preparation for this episode, and, ooh, it's really starting to show its age, I'd say. There's nothing funny about that. Let's just take a step back here and see where everything went wrong. So you get the writers of one of the worst seasons of the show, arguably the downfall of Family Guy. You get them to write a video game, and as a video game, Family Guy jokes are going to be hard to translate. Who thought this was a good idea? Mind you, the game still does have merit. It runs remarkably well. I got a few glitches, but it feels very smooth as a game. The voice acting's pretty top-notch. I had fun with that. But there's just fundamentally a lot wrong with it as a game. There are these stealth missions halfway through, which are extremely pointless. There's actually no stealth involved with these missions. It is literally just walking around and shooting guys in the head. You don't sneak around, you don't hide the bodies, you do nothing basically. You just play it like you've always been playing the game, and that's just lazy. And I kind of wish it was more violent. I feel like, again, Family Guy can get really violent as a show, which is kind of funny when it does that. But the game only goes as far as exploding chunks. Oh, I almost threw up. But the game only goes as far as exploding chunks of flesh, and that's kind of it. Like, come on, give me blood and guts and like poop. Give me like something cool. God. Damn it. I wrote down like 3 pages of notes for this game, and I was going to talk about everything that I didn't like or that I liked. And I'm getting to the end of editing this video, and well, it's like, what's the point? It's just a mediocre game. Part of me kind of wishes it was an absolute dumpster fire of an experience. I wish it was broken. I wish it blew up my console and set fire to my house and killed my dog. Like, it's by the numbers. So, I mean, that's okay. See, when I'm trying to make these videos, I always try to find stuff that's really bad so that I can make fun of it. Stuff that I just absolutely hate myself for playing through. But I didn't necessarily hate myself for playing this game. I thought it was okay. I mean, the writing's horrible, but that's all I can really give it dirt for right now. So yeah, I guess this video is just mostly about Family Guy in general. Because I think Family Guy is fucking dumb and stupid. And that's okay. So maybe it's okay that I don't have a lot to talk about this one. Maybe it's better to just leave it on my shelf and forget about it. And then hopefully one day it'll be worth like $200 and I can sell it on eBay and buy myself a nice George Foreman grill. That'd be awesome. So hopefully I get that grill one day. And hopefully with that grill,
this is my George
make a
Foreman
mean steak.
grill that's
Thanks, George.
It's my George Foreman griddle that cooks pancakes. It's my George Foreman bacon oven, and it's making, no. It's actually my omelet maker that makes the
George Foreman Grill is doing nothing but help to keep the prostate cancer, boo-boo, that fecal matter infested. Have this temptation to slap that meat